welcome to livealittlehigher.com. This week we will celebrate the holiday of Tisha B'Av, and yes, it's known as a holiday. It is actually the saddest day in the calendar of the Jewish people, and it's a day of mourning. It really starts since the 17th of Tammuz. It's 3 weeks where we decrease our joy. And we are right now in the 9 days before Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av, and these days the sadness is felt. Is a time where we take care of ourselves more than normal, like we don't do things that could put us in danger. People abstain themselves from going into the ocean. Many people don't swim. Anything that can be dangerous, this is not a time to go and do. It's a time to really stay tranquil. We don't wear fresh laundered clothes. We don't eat meat during these 9 days except on Shabbos. We don't drink wine. We don't drink alcohol, only on Shabbos. It's a time of mourning for the destruction of our 2 temples and many other very sad calamities that have occurred to the Jewish people throughout history. It's precisely on this day of Tisha B'Av. So this means that Tisha B'Av is a day on which we're meant to grieve. It's a day that when we wake up, we don't sit in chairs, we sit low, we don't wear leather shoes, and we fast. It's a big fast. It starts actually Saturday night before Shabbat ends, and it ends on Sunday night after sundown. So it's a it's the biggest fast of the year because it's in the summertime, so it's very long. But it's really a time to really feel the pain of our loss, mourning for all the current pain that we're going through. I cannot even go into explaining. You already know what the Jewish people are going through right now. It's immensely painful. It's relieving horrible times that we never thought they could ever come again. But we're living what people went through, what we're crying for, and at this time of the year, we're really crying for something that we are living at this moment. So yes, it's very much felt. So we see that truly here, indeed, to be truly human, we need to embrace every emotion. But our emotions have to be put in healthy context. For a person to have a healthy mind and a healthy heart, a person needs to actually embrace their emotions. We don't not feel. We need to feel, but we have to feel at the right time in the right context. And Tisha B'Av is actually the time to really feel dark. It's a time that we can get depressed for 9 days. Hashem allows us to really feel very dark and very sad. It's allowed. It's a time to feel like that. It's a good time to feel like that. So if you are going through hardships, this is a time to embrace them and cry them and really feel them. And we see that Tisha B'Av is referred to as Moed, which is crazy. It's really a paradox because a Moed is a holiday. So why would such a hard, sad day be seen as a holiday? So we know that Mashiach is born on this day. This is the day that the potential Mashiach is born, nor is this meant to imply that there is a reason to celebrate, because it could have been even worse, as the divine wrath was primarily released on wood and stones rather than upon people themselves. This is from the Hatam Sofer. So we also celebrate the idea that when the temples were destroyed, the first and the second temples, actually God wanted to destroy the Jewish people. Like really the idea was to get rid of us, finito, these people, they don't get it, they don't put their act together. and he was ready to exterminate us. But what Hashem did was that instead of finishing the Jewish people, what he did was that he destroyed his house. So this is an aspect of darkness that we have to always have in mind, that as hard and as horrible as things can be, we could always think, okay, it could have been worse. It could have been worse. So because of that, there's a certain feeling of holiday feeling in it. So today we feel this exile. We still now, this year, it's very much felt that we feel that things are not the way they're supposed to be, that the world is upside down, everything is turned around. And we feel like this is it, this is horrible, what a horrible world. But in reality, this is the feeling of the galut, of the exile. However, on Tisha B'Av, we take the time to honestly acknowledge and embrace the state of galut, this state of exile that we live in, including all its pain and vulnerability. I remember once I asked a teacher of mine, why doesn't Mashiach come already? Like, what is God waiting for? We don't get it. History repeats itself, and people are the same, and nothing changes. And she answered to me, you know, God has so much pleasure from seeing Jewish people today learning Torah. Like now, these Torah classes go viral. They're listened in podcasts, in the YouTubes, and in the channel, everywhere. Not only me, like it's exponential, the amount of Torah that is being learned. And I go and I learn from other people. I see they have so much, thousands of people look at them. Sometimes I wonder if they see mine. And sometimes when I'm wandering, someone comes up to me, random person in the street, and tells me, oh, you live a little higher. You see, so they get around. And this is what exactly is the joy of God, is to see that even in the hardest times, people are still wanting to hold on to Him. And it's a time of opportunity. He still gives us more opportunity to be able to get closer to Him. Once Mashiach comes, this is done. It's finito. There's no more wars, there's no more hunger, there's no more people suffering, there's no more evil. It's gone. So the opportunity is now. So in fact, it is often precisely within peak moments of great joy or perilous moments of great sadness that we most viscerally sense the hand of Hashem in our lives. So when we're going through very hard times, this is when we feel God. I see Him in everybody's mouth in these days. Everybody's talking about God. So why is Tisha B'Av, the 22nd day from the 17th of Tammuz, parallels the holiday of Shemini Atzeret, which is the 22nd day of Tishrei. This Shemini Atzeret is a day after Simchas Torah. It's a day of a reunion with God, and there's a beautiful analogy to it, where a king invites all his children to be with him for 8 days, which this resembles Sukkot, and they're wining and dining, and he has other guests. And then the last day, everybody leaves, and he tells the children, like, stay one more day with me, stay one more day. And this is Shemini Atzeret. That's that day that God, the King, stays with his children one more day. So we see here that Shemini Atzeret, as well as in times of great anxiety and alienation, such as on Tisha B'Av, we see that on Tisha B'Av we acknowledge and embrace the exile and we live in, with all its pain and vulnerability, specifically from the place we sense the presence and the hand of the Creator within these very hardships. So unlike all other fast days of the year, because all other fast days of the year, they are to bring a person into Teshuvah, we read Tachnun, we read Selichot. On Tisha B'Av, there's no Selichot. We don't read Selichot. We don't do Tachnun. Why is this? Why? It's not a day that we are actually asking forgiveness from God. It's just a day to be in a mourning state. It's a day where we're sad. It's mourning. And when we mourn, when we fast on Tisha B'Av and we look sad and we're missing what should be, then this arouses in Hashem tremendous compassion towards the Jewish people. So on Tisha B'Av, even learning Torah is forbidden, because learning Torah is very joyful, like it gives joy to the soul. So on Tisha B'Av, we accustom ourselves to only learn about the Holocaust, learn about the destructions of the temples, only sad things. You can watch every sad movie in Netflix. And so this is what we do on Tisha B'Av. So there's another aspect to this day of Tisha B'Av. And as we know, there's always a kernel of light in darkness. There's always the silver lining. There's always light. Doesn't exist that there's all darkness. And so we see that Tisha B'Av, without denying the devastating tragedies that we have gone through and the sadness of the day, there was also a redeeming factor where the people who lived through these events were shocked out of their spiritual complacency, and they were shaken to their core and had no recourse but to return to the depths of the true selves. So this is the ultimate positive import of those events, and it is that sometimes the Jewish people have to experience a lot of pain, a lot of alienation from the other nations, hatred, lies, anti-Semitism, anti-Zionism, however you want to call it, it's the same thing. And we're hated and hated and hated. Like, I've seen videos of things that I would never in my life imagine, of people screaming to Jews horrible things in places where they shouldn't be acting that way. There's no reason. And we're living through this, but the good part of it is that when a Jew is put to a test of faith, when a Jew is confronted with his essence, with his true being, and the world is screaming to him that he's a murderer, he's this, he's that, and they hate you and they throw you out of everywhere, then at that moment the true Jew comes out, the Pinkele Yid comes out, and in a certain way, this reaction of the world, instead of bringing us down, really brings us up, because it awakens within us that godly spark that we have within, and it takes the Jew out of this state of complacency, of being comfortable, and then this Jew becomes like a lion, like he just woke up. And so I see people putting mezuzahs on their homes, I see people learning Torah. Me, myself, I'm giving, I don't know, like 18 classes a week of Torah, Zoom classes, and people, personal one-on-one. And people want to read, people want to learn, people are keeping Shabbat, people are lighting Shabbat candles, men are putting on tefillin, they're wearing tzitzits, they're putting on their kippahs, they don't care. And this is what this does. So at the end of the day, there's no negativity really in this day. It really feels very sad and very down, and it's the proper emotion to have during these days. But at the end of the day, we see that after the darkness, there's the light. And when the dust settles down, when the dust falls down, everything is settled. So I want to wish you a blessed week, an easy fast, that this should be the last fast of our calendar, that God willing we have the coming of Mashiach immediately. Now we have to demand for him. We really want to be ready for him, and that we make the time, the proper time for him to come. It's not that he's not ready to come. He's ready to come, but we have to be ready to receive him. So remember, live a little higher. Thank you.